The Escort Cosworth is a homologation car built by Ford purely to go rallying. Only reason this car was built was to race. Now it shares the same floor plan as the 4-wheel drive Sierra Cosworth, albeit a bit shorter. And like all Cosworths, there's a massive following for them. But before the days of YouTube, I used to follow along with people's private cars on an internet forum called Passion Ford. And on Passion Ford, you could follow along with some of the best builds that were going on at the time. One of the ones I used to follow along with, which I've also done a video on the car, was Rod Tarry with his 2-wheel drive Sapphire Cosworth that eventually done 208 mile an hour. And probably my favourite build on Passion Ford was by Martin Hadland of Rayland Motorsport. And he built an Escort Cosworth in 1997 that could do 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. That was 0.1 of a second faster than the fastest production car of the time, which was a Porsche 911 Turbo. That car even held the world speed record for the fastest caravan tour, where it achieved a top speed of 128.8 mile an hour pulling the caravan.
Caravan top speed world record attempt. This is Martin Hadland.
By 2003, that car was doing 0 to 60 in 2.89 seconds, and without the caravan, it ran a top speed of 195.73 miles an hour. In 2004, the car got a new engine which produced over 600 brake horsepower, and the car was set to have a crack at breaking the 200 mile an hour barrier. But unfortunately, the attempt never took place, as the car was unfortunately destroyed in a high-speed crash while taking part in the 2004 Gumball 3000 rally. And if you search the internet, you can find many pictures and videos of the car smashed up at the side of the road. The car was being driven by Martin. There was a passenger in the car. Fortunately, everyone survived with no long-term lasting injuries. But if you look on some of the pictures, you can see the rear spoilers being ripped off the car. Now, after the crash, according to Passion Ford and Martin's own words, he paid £4,000 to have the car brought back to the UK. There was then a couple of posts popped up with parts of the car for sale. The crash damaged car that was selling the parts. Now, I know where the original rear lower spoiler is off the car. So I went and bought it. And this is the footage of me picking it up.
Right, the spoiler fellas, came to pick it up. Where did you get it, mate? Put it in here, let's have a look.
That come off eBay.
Oh, you bought it from eBay?
So the guy, Martin, from Rayland. I think it might have been his daughter or his wife's eBay name. I recognised it.
Right.
Because it was Hadland, the second name.
So
I messaged him. And then Martin ended up commenting on the Facebook post or something to say that it were off one of his cars.
Really?
Yeah, one of the original old school.
Man.
Oh, it got caravan one, I think. You know, they taught caravan way.
Right,
That's the spoiler that won't count.
The runs in the paint, that man. Mate, spot on. Spot on, I'll get this in the car. Spot on. Cheers, mate. No problem, sir.
There we have it, fellas. The original spoiler from the car, still with scratches and damage on it. I am chuffed to have this. I love little bits and pieces like this. I'm going to be building a garage soon, so this will be going on the garage wall as a display piece. So once the shell of the car and all the parts have been sold, the car was cut up, it was knackered, it wasn't savable, the shell was cut up and scrapped. Now at this point, Martin of Rayland Motorsport got a brand new Escort Cosworth shell, and he began the Mark II version of these Escort Cosworth build, which was even more special. In July 2004, Martin picked up a brand new left-hand drive motorsport shell. A couple of months later, by September, it was then converted from left-hand drive to right-hand drive with a bulkhead swap. Then a full year later, in September 2005, the shell was then painted in the Rayland colours. And by August 2006, the car was revealed to the public at Ford Fair. And what made the Mark II version so special? It was 700 brake horsepower, it ran a Skyline gearbox, the front track was widened by 50mm, it ran some 8-pot front Brembo calipers an 8-pot rear Brembo calipers. It was full of trick parts, including Inconel manifolds, custom intercoolers, all aero-equipped lines, a hideously expensive magnesium plenum that had been modified to accept 4 48mm throttle bodies. So at the time when this car was built, I stopped buying the magazines. The website Passion Ford, where I first followed along with the car, that kind of died off. It was the age, it was a time when Facebook, when social media was taking off, so people were kind of concentrating more on social media than magazines and old car forums. So I'm not really sure what the car got up to in those times. Recently I put a post up on Facebook. Someone claimed the car hit just over 200 miles an hour, which is the fastest any Escort has ever been. Car Escort, by the way. And you might be wondering, where is the car now? I was wondering, where is the car now? Now I managed to find it. Currently it's under new ownership and it's up Scotland and it's just being rebuilt. It's still in the middle of a rebuild, but it's running. So I headed up to Scotland to see the car, how it is today. So the car is up AJ Motorsport and it is going through a rebuild. Now fortunately there's some private land up there where we can take the car out. It's still road legal, it is still in the middle of a rebuild, but it's running. And as you can see, it's not in the original livery, it looks totally different. It's had a full silver respray, but it does have some of the original parts still on. Now I believe the front brakes are from the original car, and as a tribute to the first car, it's got the fuel filler cap in the back quarter, still scratched from the crash where it rolled over on the Gumball 3000. Now let's meet Andrew, the owner of AJ Motorsport, who's rebuilt this car. Right fellas, so I'm here with the car at AJ Motorsport. It's basically just had a full rebuild, hasn't it, Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew's done the rebuild. You've also fitted some of your engine looms. You've also fitted a PDM,
Yeah.
management. What else have you done to the car?
Basically, it was just getting a wee bit, not rough round the edges, but it was, I had a couple of mods, add-ons from it was originally built, and just things that were really needing, it was really needing just a good freshen up, a strip. So it's had a strip down, painted in it, did rear coach works and Kilmarnock, and then the gearboxes went back down to Barra, the back diffs, they all get rebuilt. The engine went back down to Harvey Gibbs and got a freshen up. And
Can we have a look under the bonnet?
Yeah.
Because that's the main part. Has it just been dynoed recently at 800?
Yeah.
800 brake horsepower.
It's just under 900 now.
Just under 900 now. So it's on a Smith & Jones aluminium block. The original blocks for a Cosworth are steel, aren't they?
Yeah.
So this is on a Smith & Jones aluminium block.
Yep, Smith & Jones, it wasn't the latest block, but it's had the latest through bolt upgrade on it, so it's as good as the latest one.
Ford head, it hasn't got the Smith & Jones
Yeah, it's
head,
original Ford, Nick Waple's head on it now. The management's been changed over to Life Racing. It was originally on Pectel T6, but it's just getting a bit old and dated, so it's had
an upgrade.
Had an upgrade on the management, and then if you're upgrading the management, we upgraded the main electronics, so it's all CAN bus with the dash and PDM.
Mate, what it looks to me, this car looks absolutely beautiful. Like the wheels as well, braid wheels. It's just, oh mate, honestly. So what gearbox is it on as well? Because I've noticed it's got the paddle on the steering wheel. And
yeah, it's on the original Ford Works type FFD with the Barra sequential Geartronics hardware on the paddle shift. It's all controlled through the Life Racing ECU.
What an absolute beast. And it's all Group A, like bladed anti-roll bars, rear beam, bottom arms.
Yeah, magnesium rear arms, square beam. It's got the big Group A uprights, hubs in the front.
Brembo brakes. Oh mate, such a cool thing. So when the current owner got it, was it still in Martin's livery? In the livery, or had it been?
To be honest, I can't even remember. But he got it up from Martin as a rolling shell, no engine or box. It had the brakes still on it and the hubs. But when it was getting rebuilt up here, we ended up put full Group A running gear on it.
I'll put some footage in of the underside because it's as clean underside as it is on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like you see, it's just had a full rebuild, but such a clean, cool car. Can we go for driving it, mate?
Yeah, no problem.
I wouldn't. So like you see, that's a PDM. And you do all the looms and that for these, don't you?
Yeah, this
All
is
done in-house.
keypad with a couple of rotaries on it.
So what have we got here? What's...
These 4 are for the screen.
Uh-huh.
You've got the diff lock, heated screen obviously, ALS.
Anti-lag.
Yeah, and then you've got the boost levels. You get ABS levels.
Oh, you fitted ABS to the car as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is this for your brake bias?
Brake bias.
Windows?
Windows.
Whenever you're ready. Mate, I've never been so excited about the car, honestly. Never been so excited. So like you say, this was dynoed just under 900 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
What suspension is on that new? Right, quite nice to be honest.
ProFlex.
ProFlex. Is that spinning through?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man! That is absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Is that with the anti-lag on there?
No.
No, off. So the owner of the car now, what's his plans with it? What's he going to do with it? Track days and stuff like that?
Probably do the odd track day.
Feel like he needs the tractor himself? That is mental. That is mental. Mate, thanks so much for that, honestly. I'll leave a link to Andrew's social media if you want any work doing on a Cosworth. You're in Scotland, or even if you're not in Scotland, head up. But mate, thanks so much for that. Honestly, thank you so much for that. Like I say, I'll leave all links to Andrew if you want any work doing on a Cosworth. You've got a rolling road set up as well, mate. You do Evos as well, don't you?
Yeah,
Evo and
Evos,
Cosworth
Subarus,
specialist.
anything, aye.
Alright.
Yeah.
Like I say, fellas, all links below. But I hope you enjoyed the story of this car. Hopefully we'll see it out as well in the summer. I'm pestering some cars on track. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Spot on. Spot on. Shaking. That was mental. Mate, I don't know how you control that.